Side of Rick Crawford. Here's 2 and 3 wide just behind him, coming out of 4.
Oh, Taylor Mawson was completely sideways and spinning through the grass.
And back out onto the racetrack in front of a few trucks.
Oh, Skinner gets clobbered. Skinner gets hit hard down into turn 1.
On his side is Mike Skinner, back on the wheels now. He got hit very hard.
He was,
I'm okay.
He got turned around after Mawson spun off 4. I just happened to be watching it. He was sliding backwards, went up in the middle of the racetrack and got clobbered from behind. But we heard him say he's all right.
Yeah, that was great news. And that was Mike Skinner himself saying, I'm all right.
Adam Alexander.
He came on the radio, criticized another driver on the track, and you could hear the tone in his voice. He was okay, but the fierce competitor in him was coming out. And after a wild crash like that, you tip the cap to NASCAR for their safety and how well these trucks are made. And I tell you what, while it's tough on paper to see the point leader have a crazy crash like that, the good news is he's going to walk away. Amazing.
Man.
And race again in our next race at Dover.
They're looking for
a little bit disappointed, I'm sure, after coming off the Kansas race with a win, taking over the points lead. And now his night will end early as the red flag has come out here, as they will have to clean up this racetrack. We saw Taylor Mawson get sideways just as they were going by our speed camera right on the entrance to the tri-oval.
And Skinner was ahead of that. And someone must have hit him from behind, because when I looked up, he was backwards in the middle of the front straightaway, and the thing went straight back up in front of traffic. And
it may have had nothing to do with Taylor Mawson incident.
Yeah. Well, it could have been that Skinner had slowed down. Let's take another look. The caution lights are going to come on, I believe, when Taylor Mawson gets sideways.
There's Skinner up ahead.
See him on the inside of the 13 of Johnny Sauter.
Oh, Sauter pinches him a little bit low.
Pinches him into the grass. Now watch this.
There's a white truck that clobbers him. Watch this.
Right there.
Very hard hit. Got completely underneath that 5.
Hard hit. Is that TJ Bell?
I believe
the 11
it is.
truck?
I believe it is.
Take another look. There, Skinner was in the grass. Now you see the caution light come on.
See, the roof flap goes up, and then TJ Bell. Ooh, wow.
He had no idea. TJ Bell had no idea that 5 was coming up the racetrack.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't. Even if he had it, there wasn't anywhere he could have went.
Nothing he could have done. This is real time. The 5 truck on the inside. Skinner gets sideways.
Just jumps around with him. You can see he's got his wheels cut to the right, trying to save it from it spinning, and he never got them turned back to the left. And when it got straightened up, you know, it didn't have any way else to go except for into that outside wall.
A hard hit by Mike Skinner into the wall, and it was so comforting to hear him say, I'm okay.
See, Johnny Sauter had Matt Crafton above him. He moved down to give Matt a little bit more room and then squeezed Mike Skinner down into the grass.
I just can't. I'm just so happy Mike's okay. Look at that. That's terrible.
That's an unbelievable accident. I tell you what, that shot we just saw, there was a cameraman right next to the catch fence when Skinner got up into it.
Look at all this camera work the speed crew's doing. I mean, these shots are incredible. Watch this impact. Look how close the cameraman has this 5 truck zeroed in, and look at TJ Bell. Wham!
Wow, that is incredible.
Great camera work to capture that action.
Look at all the debris flying everywhere. A spring bouncing across down the racetrack on the outside.
What an unbelievable ride Mike Skinner just had.
Every now and then, as a race car driver, you're in a wreck, and you just it was unavoidable. And I don't think TJ Bell had a prayer.
No.
It happened so fast. I don't think he had a prayer of making any call. Look at TJ just ahead there in that white truck.
Ironically, TJ made contact with Taylor Mawson to start that incident.
Easy. Can't help you a lot there. Go down. Go down. Come on back up. Come on up. Good job, buddy. Real good.
That was the audio from Johnny
right
Benson, TJ Bell's teammate.
Randy Moss, the owner of the 5 truck that Mike Skinner was driving,
as well as the 81 of Taylor Mawson. There's David Dollar.
That was a tough straightaway. Tough straightaway for old Randy.
Sure was.
One truck spinning through the infield, and I'll be darned if the other one doesn't get just totaled out.
Our last race was so good for Randy Moss Motorsports, with Mike Skinner winning at Kansas and Taylor Mawson having a good finish, and unfortunately not going to be a great one here.
You know, we talked to Skinner before the race. He said we just don't need to finish 34th. Well, a crash like that is going to put him back in at least 31st, maybe 32nd. So a bad night for the point leader, but darn, it's good to see that he got out of that truck and walked away. I just can't believe the violence. Did you see all this debris that flew everywhere?
Yeah, another thing there, the safer barrier cushioned a little bit of the blow when he went into the wall, but the construction of these vehicles is amazing. I mean, he was up on top of the 11 of TJ Bell.
Well, TJ Bell runs into the side of the 81 of Taylor Mossam. Must have got a little loose up under Taylor, spun him, but that didn't have anything to do with what happened to Skinner. Look at Jason White. He was all over the back of Kyle Busch.
I think he spun to avoid running into the back of Kyle Busch.
Did a great job of never getting it going the wrong direction.
Well, all that was happening behind.
There's Taylor Mossam spinning to the grass, and there's Skinner just going under our camera.
Taylor makes some more contact with the safer barrier. And this happens in front of Taylor Mossam.
Man, look at all those trucks trying to figure out where to go. And look at poor TJ. He didn't have a chance.
Wow. At the last second, it looked like he grabbed the wheel and tried to go left, and just Max Skinner was right there in front of him.
Adam Alexander. If you missed it, they're fixing the wall where Mike Skinner got into that safer barrier, and let's take a look at what just took place moments ago here at the track.
I am totally in shock by this, Phil. This is as violent as I don't think it can get any worse than this.
And remember, these trucks at the start finish line are probably running 165, 70 miles an hour right after a pit stop. Taylor Mossam got a little bit loose up off the corner, but that was really separate. Johnny Sauter was moving to the inside. Watch this impact right here with TJ Bell. And a pretty significant impact with the outside wall by Mike Skinner. That broke the outside wall.
Mike Skinner was going to have a bad crash even if it weren't for TJ Bell. TJ just made it worse by hitting him at the same time that Skinner impacted that outside wall.
Well, one of the drivers that was involved in this is now standing by with Ray Dunlap.
And Rick, the good news is we can always fix sheet metal, but TJ Bell, are you okay? That was one incredible impact.
Yeah, no, you know, it's just a shame here. We had such a good visit, pit.com Toyota Tundra tonight, and we were coming through the field, a few adjustments right there on that stop, and I'm just happy everyone's okay right here. I'm so proud of NASCAR for everything they've done to make the sport so much safer, and, you know, Mike being safe after that big of a hit, I'm just real excited about that.
Is there any way to put in words what something like that, I mean, it went all so fast.
No, really, I mean, I had to watch the replay here to see what happened, but, you know, it's just, you don't know what to do. And honestly, I was more worried about Mike than anything. I knew we were tore up. We weren't getting back out there. I was just hoping Mike was okay because of the hit he took.
All right. We're glad to see that you're okay. And Mike Skinner is now coming out of the care center right here. And Mike, I don't know if you've seen a replay yet, but that was really amazing.
Well, the replay that went on in my mind is I went to pass a truck that was a lot slower than us, and he run me down in the grass, and we spun and ended up hitting pretty hard. But yeah, that pretty much was it right there. Yeah.
But you get down there in the grass, and when you come up to the high side.
Yeah, that was pretty big. I just hate it for Ruin Zifra and Toyota, and you know, we had a good year going here, and we didn't need this hiccup right here. It was just a really, really tough deal for us tonight. But you know, I blame myself. I knew who I was racing with right there, and I probably should have let off the gas, waited another lap.
Mike, have you ever had a hit any harder than that one?
Oh, I'm sure I have. I guess they'll get the recorder out of there, and you know, that was that impact that a few years back would have sent you off here in a helicopter with your head taped to a board. But the hybrid device did a wonderful job. The Butler seat did a wonderful job. My Bell helmet did a wonderful job.
We're really glad to see that you're okay. Mike Skinner walks out of the care center. So does TJ Bell.